then you wouldn't hear cheer at all. But I ain't got no top, I don't need a chandelier at all. I ain't got no talk, cause I be really out my mind. When the hate don't work, I guarantee they get the line. They all talk, dog, it's a room full of Bryans. I'm royalty, that means that it's in my bloodline. All hail the king, made the president resign. And if I'm not the king, then I'm making doves cry. I'm stepping on the scene like I never did reply. I ain't gotta justify, I'm cool. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted on my cardio.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets and the Los Angeles Chargers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Throwing first play is Herbert. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Herbert. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Eckler is going backwards here, all the way back to the 5-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Herbert to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Herbert now. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Austin Eckler hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll start on the ground. Hall. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. This is caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Mike Williams, 32 yards. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance nervous last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
A gain of 3, second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 39, Wilson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
But it's certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Play action. It's Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Josh Palmer, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
Here we go. 13 yards remaining on second down. Hall again on second down.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Call it no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. We'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On first down, Justin Herbert steps away to his left. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
The Chargers at 7-2 here on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
That's complete to the tight end, Everett. He's got room at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown.
Austin Eckler
with career touchdown number 70.
And the Chargers take a 3-touchdown lead.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Wilson's throw taken in by Ruckert.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Ball again on second down.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
You remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills.
Yep.
And, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
following the sack. They'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the 1st. Back to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape, because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him. Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Now they'll throw it with Wilson, eluding the pressure right.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
2nd down and 3.
To throw is Wilson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown.
Mike Williams.
As time expires in the first half.
And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. This will be brought out from the middle of the... And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive instead of fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out. Okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead, with a deficit already, they cough it up. And now they've got to find a way to keep the score from mounting bigger against them.
It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real.
Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Chargers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 43. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Khalil Mack in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner, hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses them about 4 yards. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
44 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On first down, right back to Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson. And bringing it in, it's Davis.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here we go. Set.
On first down, Wilson. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Touchdown, Jets. James Robinson, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets are able to claw one back.
Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point by Gay is up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname.
On Herbert, his third interception. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much, but at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
Ready. Hustle. Let's go. Hustle.
A give running right is Hall. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. Now it's Wilson. He's got the connection to Moore.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point by Gay is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So they say we'll let that completed pass stand, and we'll bring up 3rd down instead as they decline it.
So they're comfortable with the yardage. The big thing to them is what you pointed out, getting it to 3rd down and making a play there.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
On is the Chargers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter.
Here's Berrios.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Jermaine Johnson
Picks up his second sack of the afternoon. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
and the Jets will take over.
They're all through now, by the way, in Santa Clara. And not much trouble for the 49ers in that when they open the lead a bit further.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Wilson to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one is.